Okay, everybody, welcome back to the second instalment of the WADCast. As always, I am here with Gamerthyrst, Prouter, and my very good self, SevernSins. It has been a very, very spicy couple of weeks in the gaming world, in without a doubt gaming in itself. We've got lots of topics to talk about. We've got the old Twitch DMCAs that's caused a riot on Twitter. Always good fun. We've got the PS5 reveal, loads of Xbox news, and up-and-coming games and what we've been playing loads of over the last couple of weeks. Now, we were going to have a guest, but unfortunately we couldn't get anybody to come and join us due to time restrictions and other personal stuff. So hopefully in the next one, we will definitely get somebody in. Stop banging. You ruined it for me. You ruined it for me.
It was on such a roll.
No, it's okay. I was doing well. It's okay. It's live. It's loud. Big shout out to Sick Rocker, Alpha. Who else was there? I forgot. Cares as well for the likes and the shout outs in the comments in the last video as well. Please don't forget, guys, please drop any questions for Q&As towards the end of the videos in the comments below as well, and we can get stuff answered for you, whether it be about up and coming games, stuff that's happening without a doubt gaming as well. So please make sure you do that for us as well. It really does help and gives us a bit more extra to talk about as well, because, well, we try. That's all I can say. So first to the agenda. Most people now have started going back to work during COVID-19. I went back on the 1st of June. So I'm just done my second week. So that's been fun. I know Chris has just gone back this week and Tom has just always been at work. So nothing much has changed for Tom, really.
Going through the questions is straight away I'm taking over because, like I said, I've been at work the entire time. I work right through this chaos time. But for you two, it's a new adventure again because you've had to go back. So what has your company changed, if they have changed, of what you had to do before to what you have to do now?
I mean, I'm still working from home. Obviously, we were office-based until March, came home and then got furloughed. So yeah, just sitting up here at the PC, taking calls, dealing with customers, usual stuff. Also, a few people seem a little bit on edge with work. I think, they're a bit bored of being at home, not liking the lack of social interaction within the office, that kind of thing. But yeah, I'm quite liking it, to be honest.
Well, the last I knew is your work said until August you'll be remote accessed. Is that still the same, or has it changed?
No. October is now the earliest we'll be possibly going back to the office on a voluntary basis, so we don't have to. If we want to, we can still work from home, which is pretty cool.
Wow.
Okay. Now, Sin, I don't think you have that luxury in terms of your job.
Unfortunately, no, I don't. I do a sales-based job, so we work in a open store. So we do have customers coming in and out. We've had to put, big projective screens up around the counter area just to protect us and any customers coming in. There's only me gone back at the minute as well. So I've got like a 50,000, I think it's 50,000 square foot store. Sort of like two big units that I'm sort of looking after. I'm sure it's that. It might be a little bit smaller. I really can't remember what the size is. We're only allowing 2 customers in at a time. And obviously because there's me, we've got automatic doors and like a bell ringer type thing. So literally I am literally like hopping between like serving, like if I have to serve a customer, going to the door, telling people to wait, which most people in fairness have been okay with because they expect, they go food shopping to local supermarkets and stuff like that. They've got to wait anyway. I have had the odd one whinge and moan at me, but some people still don't get it, don't understand, just think it's like all a big conspiracy or whatever. But other than that, it's actually been okay. Luckily, our company was very well set up with like internet deliveries and stuff like that. So like for the lads in the warehouse and the drivers, it's been like business as normal and they've been quite booming. But I went back, the first couple of days were quiet, but it's steadily sort of grown and it's got a bit busier. So the other 3 guys I work with, they won't be coming back until the 1st of July. But then that's on like a part-time, full-time working, then going back on furlough. So they only might come in for like 4 hours one day and then on furlough again for the rest of the week until the next week and that type of stuff. So I don't know if I'm included in that. I don't know yet. So it might just be me based there Monday to Saturday, and then the lads just come and work in and out in between me on that. Other than that, I don't know. The one thing, though, it was hard work getting up on that first Monday back at 7 o'clock in the morning.
I'd say I was just about to ask for you two, was there any anxiousness of going back? Were you happy to go back?
I really, I wasn't anxious to go back. I really don't mind. I quite like what I do, and I like my job anyway, so it's not an issue. But I got very used to doing a lot of content creation, doing a lot of video editing, learning tons of motion graphics and stuff like that, and working on other stuff. So, like, in a sense, sort of got back in the way of doing what I want to do. But it is what it is.
It was a bit of a culture shock.
Oh, yeah.
Big bit of a culture shock for me.
You just have 3 months off. I mean, for me, it's like more so because literally I'm at home getting paid like my 80%, and literally I am doing nothing. So like going back into it was just like, man. So,
yeah, well, while I was off, I think I was doing my 2 lots of daytime streams a week, and then it was just Friday morning, got a phone call from the boss. He's like, "Yo, you're coming back in on Monday, yeah?" I'm just like, "Yeah, why not? And I'm just like, I gotta now cancel all of my events. This is going to take me longer than it took to set them up. And yeah, it's kind of weird. More so not being downstairs with the kids teaching them. That's a bit of a culture shock as well. But yeah, I'm enjoying being back at work. I love what I do, and yeah, it's nice to know that I still have the job as well. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
What about you, Tom? How are you enjoying it all? You kind of trucked through it.
Unfortunately for me, there is no difference than what it already was. Obviously, care is a hard decision no matter what I do. It's been a bit harder because obviously I have to now wear a mask all the time, so it's a lot harder for the clients to hear me. Because obviously you guys can hear my voice is deeper than it anyway, compared to most people, unfortunately. And yeah, it's even harder for them to hear me now than it was before. But
wait, what was that? Sorry,
everyone in the comments, please hit him one for me. To that one to the left.
I don't care.
But other than that, it's not really much difference to say, really.
Have you had any cases in your care home or not?
No. So we've taken the precaution of anyone who goes to hospital has to come back and take a 14-day isolation in their own room, which we have our staff are rotating and going in there and staying with them and keeping an eye on them, which are all right. But other than that, we can confirm there has been absolutely no cases whatsoever in my home that I am in at the moment.
Nice. That's good.
So,
that's fun.
Whether that's due to because before this started, or literally as it started, we cancelled all agency staff. Any agency staff from out the home, they were no longer coming into us. It was literally just our own staff.
Yeah.
That probably was a good point for us in the way that worked. And literally, uniforms, even though they probably should have been done a long time ago, are now only being washed inside the home, and you get changes you get in the home. That's probably also helps in terms of this. My concern is how we're going to approach this from now on, with where it's going in the future. Obviously, the 2-meter distance is currently under review, as well as a lot of things are now opening very slowly.
Just a quick question on that. How does that work for you? Because obviously in a care home, if you've got to be able to
so that doesn't happen with us.
Let's say lift people and stuff like that. Anyway,
that's not happen with us. If you can imagine, guys, everyone that's watching and listening to this, imagine having a person, literally you're standing there, and imagine you got 2 more people. Let's say that you need 2 people to look after you, and you try and have them 2 meters apart away from you.
Yes.
So
I have a question.
Yeah.
How big are their rooms, and when can I get one?
So the rooms vary based on what you can see in Sim's room right now. There's quite a bit of distance, hopefully, around. Or you see what Chris's side is, or First side, that side. That's not much difference from the different sides of the rooms. Yeah, they do vary, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So yeah, can you even get 2 meters between you and the wall?
Yes, but we wouldn't be anywhere near the client.
Need to invent some kind of lifting mechanism.
No, we have hoist, mate. It's just they wouldn't be able to do it. Imagine trying to direct a hoist underneath the bed and on to them to attach them to a sling and trying to be 2 meters away.
I mean, that's probably one of the benefits of why you've got no agency staff in there, because you're not bringing anything then from the outside. If they go into other homes where possibly they may have an issue and stuff like that. So that's just sensible, really.
Literally are going home, going to possibly the shops and coming to work. That's all they're doing. They're not going any further.
Yeah.
And that's probably the best thing that has happened at our home. We have stuck solidly as a team, and that at the end of the day is what has made it work.
Ideal.
Nice. Good.
Right, that was it. I knew there was another question I was going to ask you guys.
Ask away.
Because it came up, obviously, last podcast we spoke about channels, about how we joined WAD, why we stayed with WAD. So the next question underneath, as everyone can see, there is our names. How did you get your name? This should be interesting.
Do you want to go first, Chris?
Okay. How did I get my gamer tag name? So
It's because he's thirsty.
no, it wasn't Thirst to start with. Tom knows this.
Yeah.
It was not Thirst. The first one was actually Clarkus, which is based on my surname. I don't know why. It's just something a few mates at school used, and that turned into a tag. And then when I first started Warcraft, I had a little cat, and I called it Deaththirst. I don't know why. I had Deaththirst and Deathclaw, my two pet cats. And then when I got back into WoW, I called my Hunter Thirst in honor of said pet. Again, I don't know why. And then that name was taken, so when we went to Horde, I called myself Bloodthirst, because, you know, blood and honor and all that stuff for the Horde. And then like when I started the whole streaming and content creation, I just added Gamer to it. I don't know why. It just kind of stuck. Gamerthyrst stuck for me. And it's been that ever since. And I doubt I'll ever change it again, to be honest. But that's how I got my name. And of course I'm always thirsty. Just throw it in there.
There he is. I've only ever had two gamer tags. Ever since I started Xbox Live and whatever else. Obviously the one I've got now. The first one was called Adiboo. And if you ever come into my streams, you'll probably hear a lot of the people I play with still call me Addy. Just because they've been there for years. So that actually came from when I used to live back at my mum and dad's. My friend at the time had a 3-year-old. And they tried to get him to say my name, and the only thing he could come out with was Adiboo. And that literally was it. So my first gamer tag was named after my name from a 3-year-old. Yeah, great. And it just kind of stuck. So I just used it, and then when I think was it 2 years ago now, I think it was. I thought especially after Call of Duty World War II. I was thinking about rebranding and stuff like that, and I went through like a load of different stuff, but I couldn't have actual SevernSins as in the number 7 because that was just taken everywhere. But where I live, my local river is called the River Severn, but everyone pronounces it 7, so I just took that and just put the two together, and away we go. Okay. So. A bit of local geography in my name.
He likes to commit sins near rivers, basically.
Yes. And then Tom, tell us about yours. Although I think I might be able to guess, but I'll let you tell us.
Mine was a bit of a strange one, really, because it actually came from my friend at the time. Because when I was in college, I went by my initials, just that's where it had started. So a lot of friends, even when there's a video, I don't think anyone actually got it. Every year when your person left college, they would do a big award ceremony. And there's loads of people that go past, get awards, and you'll just hear everyone shout their name, something like that. And mine was always TP because of my initials of how it went. So after that, I came up with an email that I needed to, obviously everyone needs emails these days. It can't really last any time without having an email somewhere. So the best thing I could come up with was my name backwards. So it was Prouter Tom at the time, and then the number 27 for the house I lived in, which I still live in.
Just lost himself.
Yeah, so we're just going to...
Actually, no, I don't, because one, you don't know what platform I'm using, and two, that no longer works. So I'm fine with that. And then now my friend made it shorter by saying Prouter instead. So that I've kept with that ever since.
Nice. There was a special event Thursday this week. It got postponed for reasons, but the PlayStation 5 reveal and all the spicy memes about Virgin routers.
Ooh, this is not going to burn people. It's always nice to see.
Toxic comments down below. I'm an Xbox guy. I'm allowed to smash it. It's allowed. It's an old rivalry. Number one, did you watch it? Did you like it? What did you think? How did you feel? And what do you think of the design? And the two consoles that are releasing on the release date as well. Obviously, we've got like the physical CD edition and then the digital edition as well. So, have you watched it? Did you see it? Or have you watched it recently? Or have you watched it this morning just so we got something to talk about?
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't watched it, but I've been reading up on it. I mean, I'm not a PlayStation person either. I'm not an Xbox person either. Just want to point that out. PC Master Race right here. I will play games on consoles. I don't mind that. But as for owning a console, I don't really feel like it's not something I want to do right now. While some of the exclusives are nice, it's not enough for me to buy the console, if that makes sense. I do like the look of it, to be honest. It's a little bit sleek. I'm not quite sure about the overhang, I guess that's the way to say it.
Yeah.
On the top of the upright, that looks a little bit daft. And I mean, I don't think it matters what the controllers look like because there's going to be so many modded controllers that you can have it looking however you want.
I was actually streaming when it was on. I did have it on while I was streaming. I was just glancing at it every now and again, but I didn't have any volume on, obviously, because it'll just come through on the stream. As much as I like to take the mick out of it and stuff like that, I actually do like the design. I think actually it is very, very cool looking. I prefer the digital edition rather than the physical CD one, which it just juts out. At the end, and I'm just like, but it is what it is.
Bit more sleek, I think, the digital edition.
Yeah, definitely. And I think as well, like the white cover, that's like textured on the inside as well. I think which I actually quite like as well. So I don't mind.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, it does. When they actually showed like a flyover of it, it looks textured anyway. But we'll soon see. The controllers, I don't like the PlayStation controller anyway. I just find it awkward, and I have had a PlayStation before anyway, so it's I'm allowed to say it. I do prefer the Xbox layout more than anything else. As for games, I mean, they showed off 20 games, which is more than what Xbox was showing off at the minute. So I've released, you're going to get like 20 games, but I think from what Xbox have said, there's going to be more coming on the release, but I think they've released 7 or 8 at the minute. That are definitely coming. I could be wrong on that, but I can't remember. But I know there's a lot of complaints about the actual games that Sony are releasing on the release. So you got Spider-Man, which they're just saying is like just a big massive rehash of the one they released last year, and stuff like that. So there's from what
Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, Ratchet and Clank. Yeah, I mean, it's the new games for the console. For the consoles, it's a new console, but then nothing. There's not new games yet. There's no new titles. There will be. I get wrong, but I don't know. I didn't see all the event, and I haven't gone back to it yet. So,
did they not announce GTA 6?
No.
No, I think that was a rumor.
That was someone's bounced that around somewhere, but I know the Ratchet and Clank is meant to be a new version of Ratchet and Clank, not a remaster.
In terms of GTA 6, I think that was bounced in your stream. I'm sure it was.
Probably.
But there's no official release information. GTA 5 is being released again on both consoles, according to information. You're right, Sin, in terms of Spider-Man. There's a few others that I was just literally watching through it come up. So Spider-Man and Miles Morales. They have got Gran Turismo 7.
Yep.
Bit of racing.
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, which again is a brand new Ratchet and Clank. Project Athena, that's to be confirmed on release date. Stray, sometimes 2021. Returnal, again to be confirmed on the day. Platformer, Sackboy, A Big Adventure, to be confirmed. Destruction, All Stars, again, also confirmed.
And then there was 2 titles that I know Little Raichu was quite looking forward to, was Godfall and Kenna Bridge of Spirits. They're exclusives, I believe.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that.
Yes, I believe so. They are the exclusive ones. I will just.
I mean, I think just like aesthetically, I think the PlayStation does look better than the Xbox. Don't get me wrong. I mean, to me anyway, it doesn't. The look of it really doesn't bother me really in anything, because the way I've got my setup now is both having them vertical actually helps, because I can just stick it behind my monitors and it's just out the way. So even though you can lower the Xbox down as well, that are on this version, you can do either or, which I don't think you can do on the PlayStation because the way they've done it. So it is pretty much just going to be a vertical console on that one. I mean, obviously PlayStation have released, obviously, like you've got the controllers, you've got the controller charging station. They've obviously showed off a brief thing, a headset, and then a 3D camera as well. I mean, do you think there's room for a console to release a camera, or is it obviously they're going to be doing stuff with the camera with Game Boys, I imagine, but is it going to be more a gimmick like the Kinect was for the Xbox? Because literally the Xbox have got the Kinect and just gone.
Yeah, it didn't really last long.
Yeah, no. The idea, I mean, on the 360, it was a cool idea, and obviously, I think they wanted to carry that on, but it just didn't. It just hasn't gone through the way it's sort of gone with it, really. I don't know.
Well, I was quite lucky actually, because I was one of the people that got the Kinect for the Xbox One.
I did as well.
So I don't know if it was merely a gimmick. It's just I'm not into those types of games, unfortunately. The dance one and stuff like that.
Man, can we have a video of Tom doing Just Dance?
Yes, please. I want that clip, baby.
There's actually an Xbox 360 clip. It's not on me. It's on my cousins. We used to play it so many times at their house.
I want to see Tom dad dancing, man.
Well, maybe when the COVID finishes, perhaps all three of us will get together and we'll do a a dance off that everyone might want to see.
Big Fish, Little Fish cardboard box?
Yeah, man. Stack the shelf, baby. Anyway.
So let us know in the comments if you want that to be done. We'll use that as a goal. Maybe.
Hey, if we get a guest, we can do the YMCA because I'll be Y, Tom will be M, and Seven will be C, and the guest could be A.
I know we're going to talk about it a bit later. But did you see that Twitch DMCA meme to YMCA?
No, I'm going to have to look at this after now. You're going to have to send it to me.
Literally, just replace YMCA with DMCA. Pretty much that.
I wonder if they...
Pretty much that. It was funny at the time. I was just like...
I wonder if they got a DMCA for that. It's
possibly. But yeah,
it's a cover.
I mean, obviously, I know with the Xbox One X, like my Elite Controller 2 is compatible with the new X, so I haven't got to buy a new controller, which is really nice.
It's a bonus.
Which is a really good bonus, yeah. There is, I mean, they did say in the initial reveal of the Xbox, everything you buy for the Xbox One will be compatible with the Xbox One X. That's not actually true. That there are some very first generation Xbox One X things that aren't going to be compatible. But that's just one of those. But I think newer stuff that they've released is going to be more than compatible, which is fine. Obviously, Xbox are well in front with the back compatibility stuff compared to PlayStation anyway, and always have been.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure as well. Sorry to cut across you there.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the new Series X are all going to be solid state drives instead of hard disk drives.
Yes,
I did believe that.
Both consoles are going to have SSDs, I believe, now as well.
That's huge, to be fair. That's huge.
At that point, I put that the point. Sin obviously said he prefers a digital console. Obviously, he probably downloads digital wise more than anything. I'm hit and miss. I buy digital and game side. So, what about you, Chris? First, so obviously you are a PC player, but obviously, if a console came out that you wanted, say maybe Xbox, not necessarily for you, but for a loved one in this case, would you want it to be the digital side or the disc side?
See, now that's an important question. That is an important question, and the reason I say that is because backwards compatibility. We've got the Xbox One downstairs that Kaylee plays on quite a lot. Obviously, you know, she plays Minecraft on it. She plays all sorts on it. Now, some games we play are digital copies. So we've got like Minecraft and Dauntless are digital copies. Fortnite's a digital copy. But at the same time, we've also got disc copies like Spyro, Crash Bandicoot, great games. And then we've also got the Xbox 360 games. Now, I might be a little bit wrong here, but let's say I've got a game downstairs that I want to play that is backwards compatible, and I have the disc. I have to use a disc for that, so I can't stick the disc in and download the game if it's a digital only because there's no disc.
That's true. No, you can't. You can't even download it because you've bought the disc.
Which kind of sucks, but
I mean,
again, it's here and there.
I mean, there is people out there that prefer physical copies. I mean, generally for the last couple of years, all my Call of Duty ones have been digital, just because I want to play it at like midnight and stream it and stuff like that. This new one, because I bought the night vision goggles, only came physical only. So obviously, you need a disc drive if you wanted that version of the game where you get like the goggles. I think perhaps one of the only ways around it is, I know they did like DVDs and stuff like that where you get a physical copy and you can download it as well at the same time.
That would be good.
Which would help in the fact, so if they release like a really cool, you know, figurine style stuff like, you know, like what's the word? Who am I looking for? So collectible like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, where they've got the figurine,
which is what they did for Black Flag as well.
Yeah. So, and if you've got a digital edition copy, you'd have to buy the game twice if you wanted that edition. So I think it'd be nice if they actually, you know, if you do that, would include a digital code for the game as well,
like a one-time use.
One-time use code. So if you have got it, you can then do it that way. Just so you can have, like, if you want to buy that, get that type of the game, then that'd be good. I think eventually it will go all digital. I know Xbox tried to do it with the Xbox One, and it wasn't received well, sort of like, 2013. I think more so because it was a new-ish idea and people are so used to putting discs in and that type of stuff. Whereas now I think it's a bit more widely accepted that most people download games rather than buy the physical copies, and because how big games are now as well.
I think
it's just going to get silly.
Moving forward, I think that the digital side of it's good. I can't remember the last time I put a PC game in my disk drive.
I mean, I haven't even got a disk drive in my PC. I just haven't got one.
Me, PC, Command and Conquer. Second one, I think it was many years ago.
Which is getting a digital remaster, so there we go.
And obviously,
I think you're on the right track. I think it's just a case of if there was a backwards compatibility mode, or like maybe they had it so that the library of older games is just there. That would be nice, like access. Maybe lock it behind Game Pass. That's what, like £2-3 a month, and then you can access the old games that you've always wanted to play, but you can't because they're 360 games, and you have an Xbox One and it's not backwards compatible.
Yeah, I mean there's a lot. I think there's a lot. I mean, they do. Obviously, you got xCloud as well that they're sort of still messing about with, which is like a streaming service, so you can just pay monthly and stream whatever game you want to your. I think it's to your phone or whatever it is. You can do all the Xbox in itself. So that's coming out as well. So yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting, especially with, obviously there's always a big battle with Xbox and PlayStation, always on which PlayStation have been winning generally. But Xbox have definitely made inroads in that respect, especially with buying up studios and stuff like that.
Crossplay as well. Crossplay with PC.
Yeah. Crossplay with PC.
This is a lot better. I'm sorry to say this, PlayStation fans, but the Xbox crossplay with PC is just far superior than Sony.
I mean, I don't know. The one thing with me is like Sony was just dead against crossplay, but I think they were just sticking in like we are the best and this, that, and the other. But
yeah,
I just don't understand why. Especially for like cross console games, Fortnite, Call of Duty, whatever else. What's it hurting? It's not hurting anything, So, but they came round to it in the end, and obviously did it with Fortnite, and now it's obviously come to Call of Duty. I hope the next Call of Duty is cross-platform as well, because that's cool. It's definitely like up the player base, and it's up the games and stuff like that. So it's only a win-win for everybody, really. And then there's nothing better than beating a couple of PlayStation guys. Xbox the best, you know what I mean?
God. No rivalry, honestly. No rivalry.
No, it's fine. But yeah, so we've had, there's been some leaks and rumours on the new Call of Duty while I'm here, because that's what I do. There was some leaked gameplay, some like really, really early footage that wasn't like looking the best. That someone sort of sent out, and it sort of follows along the theme of it's like set back towards like Vietnam and stuff like that. Now, there was a rumour that there was going to be a new Call of Duty trailer on the PS5 reveal. So, which is one of the reasons why I had it up. Then there was nothing done with it. Obviously, one of the game developers sort of like high up did a little tweet with 3 coffee cups, which he does that type of stuff. So everyone was thinking 3 days to the reveal. We've had nothing, and it's sort of come out from some sources, which again are rumours only, that it is in a very bad state, a very shocking state. It's not even they can't release anything because of how bad it looks at the minute.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not good, and there's rumours of a delay, which is not good for the franchise in any way, shape, or form, considering they release one every year, and the way they do it is there's 3 studios that take it in turns to release, so they have like 3 years to work on a game. This year's 2021 was meant to be done by Sledgehammer Games, and they had input from another company called Raven, who do a lot with the Warzone side of it this year. And apparently they were just fighting, and it just wasn't going well. So Activision stepped in and told them, you're no longer working on it, and Activision took over. But yeah, it's not looking good at the minute. So it either looks like we're going to get a release sort of November time, end of October, November time, with a really bad game. And Call of Duty generally, when it's released, is released in a not the best state. It always takes them like 4 weeks to, improve it and whatever else after release. Or we're going to get a delay till end of November. I can't see him pushing it back to like January or anything like that, because that'd just be bad all round, because you've got the Pro League that starts in February, stuff like that. It's just going to really throw time frames out. Plus, Activision have got deals with PlayStation and YouTube as well, and Google for like Pro League, stuff like that as well.
And let's also be honest, they don't want to skip out on the Christmas sales.
No.
That's huge.
Yeah. So either it's going to, the latest I see him releasing it is like the week before Christmas. The latest. Or beginning of December at the very, very, it's, yeah, there's not much information and no one's saying anything. And this, where are we? June the 14th. This is, at the minute, with no trailer for the new game, this is the latest we have ever had a trailer for the new game, for a new Call of Duty. It's never ever been this late, so it's not looking good, I'll be honest. Yeah.
Well, fingers crossed we get something soon, hopefully.
Yeah. But we will see. We will see. And especially with everyone working from home as well, I'm sure that's pretty much making things a lot slower as well for them and whatnot. But we will see. And that's it. And then after that, the biggest news of the last couple of weeks, Twitch DMCA strikes.
It's not just Twitch, it's content creation in general. Twitch, YouTube, the lot.
I mean, YouTube generally is, I won't say safe, but YouTube won't let you upload anything anyway, because the algorithm automatically texts before anything's played anyway, so you can't just do it anyway. So you pretty much really don't get music-wise DMCA strikes on YouTube unless some reason. So obviously it was a load of Twitch drama. Just quickly overview it. 2 record companies in partnership with another company did an algorithm to look for 2 songs on VODs and clips across the bigger streamers. So over a certain number of viewers, that's where it went. And a lot of them got, there was a 50 Cent song and I can't remember what the other one was. It was a 50 Cent song and something else. And a few people got hit with some DMCA strikes. And one thing or another, which then a couple of those streamers reached out to Twitch and asked, what do we do? And Twitch's response was, delete everything. Now, at the minute, you don't need to. And then there was like loads of panic, everyone deleting 5 years worth of clips and VODs and everything else, going crazy, going mental. A lot of people not happy with Twitch and one thing and another, though really it's actually nothing. It's not really Twitch's fault, in fairness. Don't get me wrong, Twitch haven't helped, because they actually encourage you in their terms and conditions to do media share. Play those songs for your viewers. So yeah, it's it went a bit crazy. And for those who don't know how it works, is if a record company finds, we'll do it on the music side of it because it's just easier because I know quite a bit about that. If a record company finds that you're playing a Maroon 5 song, for instance, we'll just go down that route. They will issue a DMCA takedown to Twitch's website, because they have that facility available on the website. Twitch then to what they call stay in safe harbor. And the only thing that this is the most important thing, really, which is what a lot of people don't understand. Twitch's only legal obligation to it is to remove that particular flag content, nothing else. So the copyright strike that you get on your account, if you get 3, you get banned, that type of stuff, that is all to do with Twitch. Nothing to do with the record company who issued the strike. That's all on Twitch's side. So in theory, they actually don't have to do it. But obviously, they've got to have some discouragement for people who do stuff like that anyway. Now, obviously then there's confusion with people who play music on there. They say, like, I already pay for Spotify, I pay for iTunes, this, that and the other. That doesn't give you any license to play the music on stream or anywhere else. It's only literally for your personal viewing, or personal listening, shall I say. And that's that done. Another thing is, obviously now a lot of unsigned artists are saying you can use my music and this, that and the other, which is all well and good. This is a bit more of a grey area, which is all well and good. But if that artist gets signed by a record company, the record company then own all the rights to your back catalogue or your songs you've produced. And if you're using a clip of their song in an intro or a YouTube video, you will then get issued with a DMCA takedown on top of that as well. And then get copyright strike off YouTube and Twitch and all that type of stuff. So just bear that in mind if you have a friend who's doing really well. Bless you, Tom.
Me. Thank you.
Who's doing really well musically. If they get signed, you're going to have to delete all that. Yeah, delete all that stuff because you will get issued with a DMCA strike. And if you
it's not. Sorry, Karen.
And if you have been streaming with that particular piece of music for like the last 5 years, you could end up with hundreds of DMCA strikes. That's the thing. So that's a bit of a contentious one. So the only thing to do really is, I mean, just play. They say copyright-free music. It's more like DMCA strike-free music. There's plenty of them about. Pretzel Rocks. Harris Heller's done a thing. And there's loads of playlists on YouTube and all that bits of stuff. So
Epidemic Sound's another one.
Yeah, there's Monster Cat. They're all out there. So
with Monster Cat though, you do need a license for Monster Cat still. You can play their music, but if it's on a monetized video, so that is for anyone as a Twitch affiliate or a YouTube video, because effectively Twitch affiliate streams, all of them are monetized because payout.
Yep.
You would have to do what I've done, which is sign up for my Monster Cat Gold. It's $5 a month.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, it's not a lot, and you can use you can't use all of their music. It's about 80% of their music, but on their website there's an option to skip all of the music that you can't use. So it will only play music that you can use, and that's what I've been using in mine. I think it's also important to note, Twitch already mute VODs. VODs aren't the issue.
It's clips, really, isn't it?
It's clips.
Well, there are
clips and stuff.
There are some, because I use a unsigned, not unsigned, a copyright-free playlist on Spotify. Now there is a couple of tracks on there that Twitch allow, and that doesn't get muted. But if I put it onto when it goes onto YouTube, it doesn't mute it, but it takes off the monetization. So I can't get paid for that particular video. So that's sort of where there's a grey area. I won't get DMCA strike for it, but I won't be able to earn any money from it if it appears on a YouTube video. So there's a few bits and pieces. It's
also a lot deeper than just music.
Oh yeah, but obviously music's the main thing that people do on Twitch anyway. It's like
it has put a bit of a strain onto some of the other games as well that have been played.
Just Dance is the one.
The main there's two main ones is Just Dance and also Beat Saber.
Yeah.
There's confusion over what licensing they have because we actually discussed this the other day in Discord. The new Tony Hawk game has music that would be DMCA striked, but because it's part of the game, you can still play it. They have confirmed that now.
Have they? Oh, that's okay then.
Yeah, if it is part of the game, that's okay, but they haven't confirmed that for stuff like lyrics. And of course, Just Dance has lyrics popping up on screen as well because that's a visual representation of the copyright.
To be fair, the lyrics.
It's
a big, massive grey area.
Same for one of our members of the Discord, where they do singing, same situation on Twitch, which has literally just been exploded for people seeing on because of this game, and it's like now where do they stand on this?
Yeah,
on this ability to sing? Can they sing this still, or is it like do you have to stop it now because of this dropping rate and
what's that? Is that Twitch Sings? Did you say? Sorry.
I think it was a Twitch.
Twitch Sings is okay.
Twitch Sings is okay because Twitch pay for the license for that, so that's fine.
Okay.
And your contractual agreement with Twitch means that you're not breaking their license, and the monetization is actually from Twitch, not from anyone else.
Yeah.
So loopholes. Loopholes right there.
It's just one of those. It's just where the industry in itself hasn't caught up, and the music industry in itself is so far behind the digital age. It's unreal. Because in fairness, no matter what business there's such a simple fix to it. It's just unreal, and it's just not gonna be done because it's just easier to do it the way they do it at the minute. Whether you're a shop, barbershop, fitness center, everything else, they actually pay for licenses. It's either PPL license, public performance license, or a PRS
broadcasting license,
or a PRS license, which is I can't remember what it's called, and I should know because I've done music at college and stuff like that. But basically, if you've got like background music playing, then you pay a certain amount per year, which it works out at about $13-ish a month, depending on what there is other bits to it regarding like the size of your business and how many people you get in there and this, that, and the other. But there's just nothing for streaming
content.
There's just nothing for streaming at all. Just absolutely nothing. So, I mean, if they actually sat down and did it, they just make an absolute fortune. And for a business not to sit there and make a fortune just blows my mind. It's people pay for monthly subscription to Spotify, which is like £10 a month or $10 a month or whatever it is.
For Amazon Music, iTunes.
Amazon Music. So for like streamers, in a business sense, they can do either charge a monthly subscription so you can have a license and you can play whatever you want, or they can take the only way around. The only other option really I think is available is to say take a small percentage of your Twitch earnings directly out of Twitch, 1%, whatever that is, and that just goes direct to the record companies to pay for the licensing, whatever else. And before everyone starts freaking out saying 1%, I mean, if you earn $100 a month and get a payout every month, it's only $1.
It's less than you'd be paying for a license.
Yeah, so even if we just base it on say $7.99 a month, there's 3 million streamers on Twitch. I think that's basically 23 million a month. Over a year, that's 300 million. Now, most people I'd pay $7.99 a month just so they can have media share on. I'm pretty sure they would. And for any business not to want to earn 23 million a year is just beyond me. 300 million a year is just beyond me. I just don't get it.
Easy.
I just don't. They'd rather pay somebody 300 million a year to write an algorithm to check through all of Twitch's VODs so they can put a DMCA strike on people.
Right, so moving on to the next part, we're about to go through the games we're playing this week.
I'll let Seven go first.
Yeah, dead easy. Call of Duty. We've had a new update, so we got some new guns. The one gun is a new SMG, new submachine gun. It's absolute beast. It's absolutely fantastic to use. I have downloaded a game though. I have downloaded another game.
Everyone hold still. It's downloaded another game.
Yeah, it's called The Complex. So it's basically it's done as a movie. Then you get to like different choices throughout the game. And it's about a new virus that gets released, and something along the lines you get like trapped in this big virus headquarters and stuff like that. It looks quite fun to play actually. It was only $9.99 on the Xbox store as well, so it's that looks really interesting. So I might be playing that on stream in a week or so's time.
Nice,
just for something different to do.
Cool. Well, as of today, I'll be playing Animal Crossing, obviously, on my normal Sundays. Next week for us, as of recording again, we've got the new Pokemon DLC coming out on Wednesday the 17th. Hang on, is it the 17th on Wednesday? Yeah.
Yes, it is, yeah.
Wednesday the 17th, we got the new island in Pokemon Sword and Shield, so I'm going to be playing a lot of that on Wednesday and then streaming some, hopefully, raid dens of the new stuff on the Thursday, and then probably some Minecraft and Minecraft Dungeons throughout the week, and probably Fortnite as well, to be fair. The kids will bully me into playing Fortnite. It doesn't take a lot.
They twist your arm to the mate.
Yeah, definitely. They beg me. It's like a whole hour of them begging me to play Fortnite, and then I give in honest.
Tom?
What about you, Tom?
So I'm going to try and change it up a little bit this week. Obviously, Minecraft, I'm still having to try and build a load of stuff for challenges and any future content that we'll release on YouTube. Any other major games that I need to finish, so Control, I think, is still in the games to complete, which I'm now further than I was the first time I played through it, which is quite nice. I'm going to be doing a few things in the Discord this week. So Saturday will probably be a run of Sea of Thieves again. So that will probably be myself, Hannah, and anyone else who would like to join us that day. And I'm going to try, hopefully, put up a post for maybe running a Gary's mod run for people. So obviously, Gary's mod is a Steam type sandbox game which you can play numerous different games. So lots of Prop Hunt. There's Hunter as well, and there's a few other games you can do. I remember a while back people did say about the game, so I'll run out and see how it'll be.
I mean, isn't it just a better version of Roblox?
It is, but you can do a lot more on it.
That was a dig at Roblox, by the way, not a dig at Gary's mod.
My God.
I think there's anything else that's... I might run through Raft as well for people that want to play that.
How are you finding Minecraft Dungeons, by the way?
I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it.
Game in the last couple of weeks, wasn't it?
I got to Apocalypse so far. Tom, you've not played it yet, have you?
I do on the Xbox. I only am unfortunately only up to the last boss on default. I haven't gone any further than that. Cross-platform, unfortunately, has not been released for it.
Yeah, there is a quick fix on the Xbox and PC, but we won't talk about that because we don't want to get ourselves in trouble. But I can play it with you on Kaylee's account on the Xbox at some point if you fancy it.
Yeah, we're see if we can get a few more people as well to join at the same time if they want to do that. Maybe even see Sin in there at some point.
Yeah, download Minecraft Dungeon Sins. It's on Game Pass.
I actually don't pay for Game Pass, I actually haven't got Game Pass. Maybe.
You don't have Game Pass. You play COD.
Buy Minecraft Dungeons then. You'll love it. You'll get sucked in. You'll never play COD again. Think of your wallet.
Wow.
Think of my wallet. I buy one game a year generally. So.
Well, it'll be 2 this year.
2 this year, yeah. Maybe.
Well, no, it'll be 3 now with trumpets as well. If he's going to play.
I mean, can't I say? 10 quid. I see that as free.
I'm the same. I always look for deals on a couple of quid games that go around. Right, so I think that's all the gaming news. We sort of cleared a little bit about streaming, but obviously another thing that's come up, and me and First have gone through it so much just with staff on the Discord, how people feel about PG streams, because there seems to be some spicy times at the moment in our Discord about this.
In what respect do you mean?
People are concerned where our Discord is going because a few people have decided to start doing PG streams. For example, recently we've had to start changing the Minecraft streams to PG because the newest member we have to join the realm is not 18 yet. So we sort of have to be really careful how we stream, how we talk, how we
set
act.
a good example, all that kind of stuff.
I know obviously not everyone's going to enjoy PG streams, fine, but it's how do you feel about PG streams?
Me, generally, I mean, I watch a couple of streamers, Beardley for one. He's generally PG-13-ish. It keeps the swearing down. Essentially, it doesn't bother me. I've got no issue with it. I watched another, a Call of Duty streamer that's essentially, he doesn't use any bad language on there anyway. He doesn't really swear in general anyway. So obviously the game in itself isn't a PG game, but the stream in itself is. I've got no issue with it, but it's one of those, in such a big group as what without a doubt is. I don't think you can just tailor everything to a PG stream because it's just. You're just going to alienate certain people, but by the same respect, you can't just say everything should be mature content in it because, again, you alienate the other side. So it's like, I think for me, it's like in everything. If you don't like the particular content, why are you watching it in the first place? If you don't like, if you want a PG stream, why are you watching Call of Duty content, for instance, or whatever?
Yeah, I think the main issue was obviously.
Or is it like in the direction that they want to go in the first place?
I'm not entirely sure on that particular comment, but the examples that I've given with all of this is that, like, for example, when I was on furlough, I played a lot of games with the kids during the day. So when I streamed it had to be PG. It was stuff like Fortnite, Minecraft, and I kept it PG. And some people are concerned by that, obviously because I'm leading, obviously, the community. They see me running PG. I'm not sure if they're kind of worried that we're going to make the whole community go PG because that's not a thing. But some people don't like it, and I mean, some people don't want to be involved with PG. And I mean, I don't have an issue if someone doesn't like PG streams, then just skip over them when they're PG.
Yeah, but they've got to realise you're playing. How old are your kids?
8 and 12.
13. 12.
Okay,
13-ish, or 9 and 12, sorry. John's had a birthday.
Surely you can see sense in the fact of you're playing with your 2 kids. You're not going to be effing and jeffing like you would be if you're, playing with your friends or whatever. That's just common sense, surely. Do you know what I mean?
We would hope so, but unfortunately, I don't think it always is.
And I'm just like, Because even just for instance, if you with your kids, someone shoots you in Fortnite and you F-bomb left, right, and centre. Number one, you're going to have everyone getting on your back about swearing in front of your kids anyway, and I'm sure Callie would come in the room and slap you around the back of the head anyway.
Probably would, yeah.
So essentially, really, you can't win either way you do it.
No, but I mean, I don't see the issue with it. I mean, if people want PG streams, I just want people to respect the PG streams. I mean, we did have a bit of an issue last week. We were playing Minecraft and we were sat in the live stream PG channel. And as Tom said, our newer member, he is not an adult.
He's probably about 16, but I won't.
Well, he's like secondary school, second half of secondary school. I'm not going to say an age because I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a personal question. You don't always ask those kind of things. But we had people joining the channel that weren't to do a stream just start talking about how blasted they got on New Year's Eve and what they do when they're really drunk. And we're sat there in PG and they just, bam, come in like that. It was a bit of an annoyance because obviously we're all trying to play a game.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness, like that type of stuff, that shouldn't. That you can't do that really. Especially if you've got a voice channel and it's PG. And my feeling on that is they're doing that particular thing on purpose, just because they find it funny. Because that's what people do.
Yeah.
And if they're the ones that are against the PG things, then well.
Yeah. I mean, there's both sides of the coins. I see why people want a more mature setting because we're adults, and yeah, there are a few kids in Discord. Sorry, like for example, Abby's in Discord, and there are some younger people in Discord, but again, they don't cause an issue about the mature stuff because they just ignore it or they don't watch it. You've got Riley, who is my friend's son. I think he's 14 or 15. And he joined because he wanted to play in Fortnite customs when we had them running. And he had no issue with it. He'd joke around and he'd say, language, whenever someone swore.
Yeah, I mean,
just as a little bit of a joke. But, it swings and roundabouts.
Yeah.
I think the main issue is people are a little bit concerned with the direction we're going in because we're making so many changes recently. Obviously, the big change that we've made recently is streamers are no longer highlighted on the sidebar because we're focusing more on gaming than streaming. We have our content creators, and that's who we want to promote. It's not a streamer network.
Yep.
It's a gaming community, and obviously we've opened up the gaming categories. They were level locked; they're now wide open, and some people aren't sure why we made it wide open. Whereas some people wanted us to make it wide open. So again, it's some people want, some people don't, and you can't win either way.
That's the thing with it. You can never please everybody.
No.
So, you can only do what you feel's best. And at the end of the day, if it's, as you say, it's a gaming community in that, in that sense. So, you're going to make it as open as possible for gaming for everybody. And I think I don't feel there's anything wrong in that. That's all.
No, I mean, hopefully people will come around to the changes, and if they do disagree, they just got to give me a shout, and I'll talk to them about it, explain it, and that's what we want really. Just a bit of conversation, talking about it, and then we can make it work. Yeah,
communication is key. As in everything, I think. But yeah, no. As for PG streams and as mature themes, yeah, it's not an issue.
No, I mean I do both. Some things I do are definitely not PG. For example, the Mass Effect playthrough. I did it again. Mass Effect playthrough. You can't class that as PG because of some of the scenes in there. But then Minecraft and Fortnite, yeah, I can class them as PG. Pokemon, it's a kids game. Animal Crossing, definitely. And I mean, I actually had a long chat with Raichu about it because she's trying the whole PG stream thing, and some people do slam it, and I don't know why. Basically,
I think it's more because maybe sort of like the whole Pokemon thing that happened a couple of weeks ago, because she's basically comes across as like a PG streamer, real nicey nice, type thing, and then what happened with that whole thing, and she sort of bit back a little bit, which a lot of people don't expect, and then everyone calls her fake, and she's trying to do one thing but acts another way. That type of thing. I think that's sort of how it's sort of seen, is you're not acting yourself, you're just doing it because you want people to think you're really, really nice and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, mine, to be honest, is all on, are the kids going to be playing with me, or are the kids going to watch it? If it's a game that the kids are going to play, I know they're going to watch the VODs, because they do. They love watching what we do on Minecraft, and that's why I try to keep everything that I do on Minecraft PG.
I think that's just sensible on your end, and I don't. To me, there shouldn't be any issue with it at all.
Well, that it is what it is, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I completely agree.
So, while we've hopefully cleared that up for everyone that's going to listen or what, next question: when are you guys streaming?
Chris?
Me, I'm streaming every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, and every other Friday. So depending on when this gets recorded, not when this gets recorded, depending on when this gets uploaded, I might be streaming on the Friday, I might not. You can always check on my Twitter, my Facebook, and all the rest of it for the schedule, and even on my Twitch, because they put that in now. That's pretty cool. So yeah, it'll be, as always, Minecraft Tuesdays, Pokemon Thursdays, Animal Crossing Sundays, with a bit of variety on the Fridays. I think actually on the next Friday stream I'll have some Pokemon cards to open, so we'll do some booster pack openings. But yeah, over to Seven. When are you streaming?
My next stream is, well, I stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays anyway, from 9 PM BST. So generally about midnight. It just depends. Sometimes it goes a bit longer, sometimes it's a bit shorter. Some of the finest Call of Duty dying you will ever see in your life. It's all good fun. We have been doing recently as well, like quite a bit of just chatting as well, which has actually been really fun, and it's been received quite well. Bit of guitar playing in between that as well, because I got some point rewards for guitar playing. So someone asked me to play Coldplay the other day. God.
We don't know what you're talking about, Sin. You didn't have 3 requests within 5 minutes the other day.
No, not at all. No.
Don't do that.
No.
Ever.
Horrible people.
I'm still waiting for some Bad Wolves featuring Diamante guitar work. Just saying.
I will
make it happen.
I will make it happen. I will make it happen. You're just happy with metal anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah, happy with the guitar.
So pretty much that's pretty much what you get out of me on a Monday, Wednesday, and a Thursday. So it's all good fun. Links to those, both mine and Chris's channels, will be down below as well. So make sure you check those out.
Always.
Yep. In terms of this podcast, a few apologies. Again, like Sin said at the beginning, apology, we couldn't get a 4th person. Unfortunately, everyone was either busy or something else has come up, so we couldn't get them in the last minute. The one person we did try and get, unfortunately, said they couldn't be here, so that has happened. We will try and do our best next time to get one. And apologies that it has been about 3 or 4 weeks since the last one. Unfortunately, with everyone going back to work and everything, it has made it a bit delayed.
Yeah, a bit difficult.
We'll do our best to hopefully get this more often.
I've got one other thing I'd like to add as well, on top of that, which comes off of the last podcast actually, is a couple of people have asked us about whether or not we're going to put these to an external source other than YouTube, which we may do, we may not, but watch that space. I know there was talks about people wanting to have it on Spotify so they could listen to it at work, because YouTube is blocked for them.
Okay. I was wondering why they wouldn't listen for YouTube.
Makes sense.
We will probably, in that term, we'll probably see how it's perceived on YouTube first. And then if it gets received quite well and people constantly want it on Spotify, we will then look into that.
Moving it across, yeah. Cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Any final words, gentlemen?
Well, as always, it's been a pleasure hanging out with you guys again. And
always a pleasure.
hopefully next time as well, we might even have matching shirts. Spoilers.
Yeah, watch this space for that.
Watch the space. Yeah.
Watch it. Yeah, that's it. So, as always.
That's it. No, it's all good. Just
thanks for watching, I guess. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Make sure any questions you want about WAD or gaming or anything that's happened in the last couple of weeks, make sure you stick it in the comments as well, guys, so we can answer them on the on the podcast even, and just no, don't laugh. Bloopers. And so yeah, just anything else, just hit us up in Discord, hit us up on Twitter, or the handles will be down below, and the @ to Twitter will be under our sections here right now. So yeah, life is good.
It's right there.
Apart from Tom, because Tom doesn't use Twitter.
Well, I do have a Twitter, but I don't use it.
You can't remember what it is.
Obviously don't.
That's it. Okay, right. Everyone wave bye-bye.
Bye.